Now, we all know someone like this, egotistical, difficult, controlling, manipulative. People can kind of just make you feel bad all the time. Maybe they're in your family, could be the cubicle next door at work. Perhaps your mate acts like this, or someone who you would like to be your mate. Well, many of us let people like this into our lives because they can be so charming. They just seem so perfect. But before you know it, Mr. Jekyll has turned into Mr. Hyde, or Ms. Hyde. We're going to be fair about this. So, with me now, Mary Jo Fay, the author of When Your Perfect Partner Goes Perfectly Wrong. Welcome to Good Day, Colorado.
Thanks for having me back.
Well, you know, first off, let's define narcissist.
Well, there's healthy narcissism. That's what you and I have. We fall down, we pick ourselves up, we go on. You believe in yourself enough to accomplish things.
Right.
But on the other end of the spectrum, and it's a spectrum of like 1 to 10, you've got those people that are way off the charts. They think they're God. They think everybody else should believe and think the same way they do. And they're very destructive over time. I mean, the extreme example is somebody like a Hitler. And there's everybody in between, and they have all their baggage. But what we, as a person that comes with them, brings to the table combined with our stuff can really be a bad set of stuff.
But isn't that just the ultimate irony? Because if they really believe they're so perfect, they work so hard, though, to manipulate other people. Why do they do that?
If they can control the world around them, then no one can attack them. Because truthfully, inside, they don't feel good about themselves. And if they would think that you could see that, you might not love them. So they have this force field up all day long, and they put all their energy into keeping you off balance so you don't attack them.
Okay, and in your book, you have some wonderful chapters where you outline exactly what they're doing to keep you off balance.
Right.
So what's one of the #1 things that you'll notice, the big red flag?
Oh, there's the thing we call gaslighting, where by the time you've done having a conversation with them, whatever it was that went wrong, you suddenly feel responsible for, even though you didn't do whatever it was that they tell you you did. So I have women in my support groups that they're always feeling guilty, like, I made him mad. No, you didn't make him mad. We make ourselves mad. We choose to be mad or not. So there's all sorts of behaviors that by the time you leave them, you start feeling like you're schizoid, you're nuts, you're crazy. And of course, they'll tell you you're crazy.
Right.
And many things they tell you about you, they're really telling you about themselves. So if they say to you, you are so selfish, as you start understanding that they're really telling you what they know about themselves, it changes the picture completely.
Okay, well, in your book also, you constantly say that these people are so charming off the bat.
Oh, sure.
They're like, they do all the right things.
Right.
Open the car door, want to meet your mom.
Want you to get married after about 4 weeks?
Yeah, and that seems kind of weird.
Well, there was a chapter with the 2 women that both fell in love with the same guy over a period of a year, not at the same time.
Right.
He had each of them with an engagement ring, like, in about 4 weeks. And they were both just like, oh, it's the most charming, wonderful man. And you're going, oh, my God, that's a big red flag when people are wanting you to get married very quickly.
But what about, how do you draw the line between someone who's just sweeps you off your feet and they do all the right things? Maybe it's just a nice guy trying to be nice.
Then the time helps you a lot. They can't hold up that fake, outer look for a real long time.
So that's why you should go slow.
That's right.
Well, so we've been talking a lot about men, but really, are men more prone to this than women? I would think so.
I think they are. The statistics say 50 to 75% are men, but that's a pretty big number. But I think what happens is there are a lot of women narcissistic people, but the men in their lives don't know how to deal with that. And women sit and chat with each other about things to help solve their issues. Men, I don't think, as a general rule, go out and go, hey, buddy, listen, my wife's abusing me at home. What am I supposed to do about it?
Right.
So we don't hear about it as much. But women can be just as bad, if not worse.
If not worse. Okay, so the person is charming. They try to sweep you off your feet. Give it time, though, to make sure it's going to really last.
Absolutely.
And then what do you do to get out of this? Because your book, you outline, okay,
Exactly.
here's the problem. Now, here's how you get out of it.
Well, one of the biggest problems is that the most difficult relationship most of us have is the one we have with ourselves. So when we come to the table already thinking, what if another guy doesn't come along, or what if I can't get another job and this boss is just awful? I mean, I might never get another one. So you stay, and until you start learning how to take care of yourself and really believing that you deserve good treatment, you continue to fall into other bad treatments. So you have to learn to draw the line in the sand and take care of yourself first.
And also a really great point you made in your book was that if you think this is weird and this isn't what you believe in, don't go along with somebody telling you, what do you mean? It's okay if I'm going to go live with 2 women and date you at the same time. You're just a square.
That's right. I had one lady tell me that she really didn't trust this guy a whole lot. She'd been living with him, and they were planning on getting married. She went and checked the court records. He'd not only been married 4 times, he was still married.
Oh.
So she brings home the marriage document and has it on the table and says, there's something on the table for you. And he goes and picks it up and goes, gosh, how'd you get this? I don't even have one of these. So I'll see you tomorrow at 8, right?
Oh,
just
no,
like
he
that.
didn't.
He did.
There are all sorts of people roaming this earth, aren't there?
Yes, there are.
So I guess we got to be careful. And this is a nice little guidebook to get us through out there. Wow, Mary Jo Fay, author of When Your Perfect Partner Goes Perfectly Wrong.
Right.
I think it should be required reading for all of us women out there. And actually, we're going to go down to our Fox Focus group down at Peaberry Coffee down in Cherry Creek this morning with Joanna Canals. Joanna, are you there?
Hey, Shawl, how are you?
Oh, can you believe this stuff? Some of these stories about some of these guys doing this stuff out there?